His mood seemed to brighten at the sight of food. Hell yes. Thanks. He ate voraciously. The conversation behind them went quiet suddenly when two Swiss guards escorted Camerlengo Ventresca through the door. If the chamberlain had looked drained before, Vittoria thought, now he looked empty. What happened? The Camerlengo said to Olivetti. From the look on the Camerlengo's face, he appeared to have already been told the worst of it. Olivetti's official update sounded like a battlefield casualty report. He gave the facts with flat efficacy. Cardinal Ebner was found dead in the church of Santa Maria del Popolo just after 8 o'clock. He had been suffocated and branded with the ambigrammatic word Earth. Cardinal Lamas was murdered in St. Peter's Square 10 minutes ago. He died of perforations to the chest. He was branded with the word air, also ambigrammatic. The killer escaped in both instances. The Camerlengo crossed the room and sat heavily behind the Pope's desk. He bowed his head. Cardinals Guidera and Baggia, however, are still alive. The Camerlengo's head shot up, his expression pained. This is our consolation? 2 cardinals have been murdered, Commander. And the other 2 will obviously not be alive much longer unless you find them. We will find them, Olivetti assured. I am encouraged. Encouraged? We've had nothing but failure. Untrue. We've lost 2 battles, Signore, but we're winning the war. The Illuminati had intended to turn this evening into a media circus. So far we have thwarted their plan. Both cardinals' bodies have been recovered without incident. In addition, Olivetti continued, Captain Roche tells me he is making excellent headway on the antimatter search. Captain Roche stepped forward in his red beret. Vittoria thought he looked more human somehow than the other guards, stern but not so rigid. Roche's voice was emotional and crystalline, like a violin. I am hopeful we will have the canister for you within an hour, Signore. Captain, the Camerlengo said, excuse me if I seem less than hopeful, but I was under the impression that a search of Vatican City would take far more time than we have. A full search, yes. However, after assessing the situation, I am confident the antimatter canister is located in one of our white zones, those Vatican sectors accessible to public tours, the museums and St. Peter's Basilica, for example. We have already killed power in those zones and are conducting our scan. You intend to search only a small percentage of Vatican City? Yes, Signore. It is highly unlikely that an intruder gained access to the inner zones of Vatican City. The fact that the missing security camera was stolen from a public access area, a stairwell in one of the museums, clearly implies that the intruder had limited access. Therefore, he would only have been able to relocate the camera and antimatter in another public access area. It is these areas on which we are focusing our search. But the intruder kidnapped 4 cardinals. That certainly implies deeper infiltration than we thought. Not necessarily. We must remember that the cardinals spent much of today in the Vatican museums and St. Peter's Basilica, enjoying those areas without the crowds. It is probable that the missing cardinals were taken in one of these areas. But how were they removed from our walls? We are still assessing that. I see. The Camerlegno exhaled and stood up. He walked over to Olivetti. Commander, I would like to hear your contingency plan for evacuation. We are still formalizing that, Signore. In the meantime, I am faithful Captain Rocher will find the canister. Rocher clicked his boots as if in appreciation of the vote of confidence. My men have already scanned 2/3 of the white zones. Confidence is high. The Camerlegno did not appear to share that confidence. At that moment the guard with a scar beneath one eye came through the door carrying a clipboard and a map. He strode toward Langdon.